I don't know, actually. It's like, I do find it, like, easier. I find my personality is, like, different when I'm, I need to go get more fork and knife. It's, like, easier to... My personality's different when I'm doing this stuff. I think I'm less funny, for one. I feel like my sense of humor is like playing off of people. That's where my sense of humor is, you know? And it's really hard to like just crack jokes when I don't have like somebody who I can like read. I can like get their vibe and then like, you know, make jokes accordingly. And I think it's just because like, you know, my whole life has been just sort of adjusting myself to the people I'm with. So it's like, it's hard to just have like a general personality. I find I struggle with that a lot. Especially when I'm on like vacation and stuff, I kind of like lose myself, you know, a little bit. I'm like, who even am I? What even is my personality? I just forget, you know? And then I need to go home and then I feel comfortable again. And I'm like, oh yeah. I can relax. I can be myself, you know? It's great. But... yeah, I lose that. Anyways. Yeah, Harvest Bed. I don't know. I always found it easier. That was like my the first time I was really able to like you know, open up, I guess, and be like social, and I wasn't like terrified of people. Was like I was at a party, everybody was drinking, and I was just like, you know, I don't feel scared of people anymore. And I was just very, you know, it did something to me. And that's like, you know, obviously alcohol, it's not good to have that relationship with it. And I've never been like an alcoholic or anything, but I've always been kind of fond of like, you know, just hanging out with somebody and just getting really drunk. I like doing that. And I don't know if that's a healthy thing. I feel like just saying that, I'm like, that's a bad personality trait. It's like, you should be able to hang out with somebody. I feel like I've been told that. It's like, you should be able to hang out with somebody and have fun without alcohol. And I do agree, but I also don't like have like a complete, you know, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's like an inherently bad thing, I guess. You know, that it's like harmful. I guess it's just because, like, you know, my family's always had like, you know, that's the thing you do. You go hang out with your family, and it's like, oh, we're eating dinner, we're having a few beers. You know, that's what we do. So it's just like. It's just, to me, it's like normal. It's like there shouldn't be really anything wrong with just like, you know. There is a difference between just like a buzz and like getting wasted. I don't really get wasted anymore to the point where I'm like sick the morning after. It's like I don't really do that anymore. Like that's too much. I can't even deal with that anymore. It's just like I start getting to that point. If I start getting to that point, I'm like I'm done. I just start drinking water after that. Because I just, like, I've had too many experiences, like, with that where it's, like, it's just, that's not fun, you know? Once you get to that point, first of all, like, socially, you're just, like, not as cool as you might think you are. You just start being, like, annoying and, you know, nobody really, it's, unless everybody's, like, at that point, you know, it's just not good for anybody. Everybody probably hates you. I did pick up the fork. Okay. I don't know. This is always a topic I feel kind of uncomfortable talking about because I'm like, am I going to talk about that? People are going to be like, he's an alcoholic. He loves alcohol too much. That's bad. You see how, like, neurotic I am? I'm, like, neurotic. I have a problem. I guess this is why I'm bad at talking to people because I just start thinking about, like, how people are going to react to, like, the things I'm saying, you know? I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say this stuff. This is what I do. This is what I do in conversations. Like, I wouldn't even, like, bring this subject up, you know? Because I'd be like, oh, man, that's too much to, like, sift through to be like, well, they could have this reaction, and they could be like, okay, he's like a like an addict or something, you know? I'm just gonna be judged. I don't know. What was my original topic? Oh, it was just, you know, I used to walk. There was that one time. We went so far off track. I need to go get another fork and knife. So that was the one time, because we had drank a lot that night. And both of us were like, I don't think we should drive. But it was down the street. It's like, you can walk there. It's just there's no sidewalks. So it's like, you can do it, but it was it wasn't like especially fun, and it was kind of annoying. Because you have to walk on the side of the road. You have to watch out for cars. It probably shouldn't have done it. Now that I think about it. Probably was just as dangerous, but I don't know. We just wanted to go to the gas station. So we did. But yeah. Like, that gas station, I would walk to it more often if, like, I just had the, I had a sidewalk. I would totally just walk there. I would never drive. I would walk there every single time. I don't know. You know? But anyways, I think the like, older I get, I think the thing that makes me rethink it a lot is, like, I don't really have, I don't think I have any friends that, like, drink at all anymore. It's like, rare I come across somebody that, like, you know, I'd like my family will still, I can still go home and have beers with people, but a lot of the, you know, just acquaintances that I have, just don't really drink at all. And I think some of it is, like, it's just medication, like, they're taking, they're like, they can't. But some of them is just, like, had, like, a really unhealthy relationship with it, and so they were like, well, no, I just need to not drink at all anymore. You know? And I'm like, I totally understand that. But I also kind of miss having drinking buddies, you know? I just miss having, like, being able to, like, bring somebody around and be like, hey, let's have a few beers, play like Mario Kart or something. Of course, Mario Kart can get a little, like, intense. You can get, like, really wasted, but I don't think we ever, like, drank that much to the point where we were, like, sick. Actually, there was only one time I think that happened, and it was because I had gone to, there's a place nearby, Bourbon. Bourbon is really popular around here because, you know, Kentucky bourbon. I live in Ohio, southern Ohio, right on the border, but, so, like, the Kentucky Bourbon Trail is like it's a thing people go to, and you just go to a bunch of different like bourbon distilleries. You know, they have, like, the Jim Beam Factory and Evan Williams and, like, whatever else. I mean, Jim Beam owns, like, they own, like, Knob Creek. They own, like, I think Woodford. Do they own Woodford? I think Woodford. But yeah, it's all the same. It's funny. It's funny when you think about all these, like, different brands, and they're actually all coming from, like, Jim Beam. It's the same thing with, like, cigarettes. Not that anybody would really necessarily care about that topic, but I seem to remember there's only really two cigarette companies. There's, like, Marlboro and Camel, and then every other, like, cigarette brand you see is, like, owned by one of those two companies. So it's all kind of like marketing tactics and strategies. There's, like, L&M, I think, which is, like, owned by, oh man, it's gonna be actually a total guess for me so I don't know. It's owned by one of them. There's, like, L&M. There's, like, gosh, can I even think of another one? There's there's like a pack of, like, there's an orange pack that I'm trying to remember. I think they have, like, holes in the filters. Cigarettes, not a very popular topic. All right, we'll move on from that. But yeah, there's, like, Kools. But they're all owned by just one of the two companies. So it's all, like, marketing, and, like, you know, Bourbon A lot of things are like that, where it's just owned by a bigger company, but you just like, you're like, oh, that's more classy because it's like got a different name and it's more expensive. You know. But I will say, like, with the bourbon stuff, it's not exactly like I'm saying, because, like, you know, the more expensive brands really are like a higher quality bourbon, you know. So you are paying for something that is a better product. It's just, it's interesting when you look at like a Woodford Reserve and you're like, oh, that's a high class bourbon, and it's literally just made by Jim Beam, which most people would be like, oh, that's just kind of like a basic bare bones bourbon. But anyways, oh god. Anyways, so we went to the Jim Beam factory, and I got a bottle of Knob Creek, because one of the things they let you do, we got like a tour of the factory or the distillery, right? And one of the things they let you do is they let you like bottle your own bourbon. So we got to I got to bottle my own like bottle of Knob Creek, and it was cool because I could put like they let you put the wax on the top, and they imprint your like fingerprint in it, and it literally says on the bottle, you can write your name that, oh, this was bottled by me, you know, instead of like whoever it was actually. Well, it was bottled by me, so instead of, you know, when you buy the bottle, it usually says the name of somebody else that actually bottled it, but in this case I bottled it, so I get to put my name on it. It's I don't know, it was kind of cool, but like you still, the funny thing is they don't give it to you. They let you bottle it, and then like you have to pay, you still have to pay for it if you want it. So I went with my family, and they did not buy theirs, but I decided I'd buy mine because I thought it was kind of cool. And I didn't see why I shouldn't buy it. I was like, why shouldn't I buy it? This is like one of the cooler things that I could have. But anyways, I brought it to a friend's house. You know, this was the, well, I guess I won't say who it was, but, I brought it to a friend's house, just thinking, we could, you know, we'll have some of this. You know, my dad thought I should have just, like, not opened it because it was, like, a cool thing, like, sealed. But I was like, it's just a bottle of bourbon. Like, it is cool, but when it really comes down, it is just a bottle of bourbon, you know. And it was a nice bottle of bourbon, too. And I was like, I'm not going to just, like, let this sit on my shelf. I'm going to take it to my friend's house, and we're going to drink it. And he had the bright idea to play Mario Kart, but with bourbon. And it was this, like, nice bottle of bourbon that was, like, a high proof. And I told him, I was like, that's probably a really bad idea. Like, I don't think that's a good idea at all. This is, like, a really nice bottle of bourbon. It's very high in alcohol content. And it probably should not be used like that. But he was like, nah, it'll be fun. It'll be fine. I don't even know. I think we even took shots of the bourbon before we even started doing this Mario Kart. And, bourbon or cart. And I'll tell you, I barely remember even playing Mario Kart. I think, there he is, Jesus. Foul play. Hold it, what's that in your pocket? You've got a knife and fork. Harvest Bureau. Alright, we've got nothing but new furniture every single time. There are only 4 left. So, that's 1/3 of the total items left to get. Yeah, anyways, I don't remember much, and I think I just got sick after that. It was a really bad idea. I knew it was a bad idea before we even started doing it, and I regret not saying, hey, no. I advised no, but I was like, what's the worst that could happen? And I was like dead. I had like the worst headache, and it's you know it's bad when you like get the headache and it's not even like in the morning, you know? It's like I'm getting the headache actively while I'm while I'm drinking, you know? Just like my head started pounding. I was like, oh, that's not good. I was like, I need to start like drinking water like right now and like sober up as fast as possible, because this is like a real bad sign that I'm gonna feel like absolute trash tomorrow. And yeah, so that was probably, I feel like that might have been the last time I drank that like that much. Yeah. Well, that's my story. So I definitely don't really do that anymore. Oh yeah, have I shown that I'm forgetting her name. What's her name? Twiggy. Twiggy's wearing the Sans shirt. It's the first person I've seen wearing the Sans shirt. I think that's pretty cool. I hope none of that came across really in a way I don't want it to come across. I don't know, I just miss doing that, you know? I've never really I haven't had like a real heart-to-heart with somebody, I think, since, really. You know? It's just like that's what does it, you know? That's what does it. Harvest TV, hell. Only 3 left. This is going way better than Halloween. Harvest sofa. Let's go. I guess he just gives me a new one every time, because the odds of this are like incredibly unlikely at this point, right? We already saw that on Halloween. Oh, well, I don't have the... Sorry, bro. That was inconvenient. I hope that doesn't like mess anything up that I found him there. Okay, I'm growing a little concerned because I've been wandering around for a very long time. I feel like I have looked everywhere, and I have not seen him since I accidentally ran into them that one time before I had the fork and knife. I've been everywhere. I don't know where he is. I'm thinking to myself, you know, I really hope I didn't like bungle it somehow by doing that. I hope that's not like a weird condition that like you can't run into him without the knife and fork after you start the thing. That would be really dumb if that were the case. But, you know, my brain's starting to think that might be the case somehow, because I can't. I don't even know where to look right now because I've been everywhere. There's not even like a place I'm like, oh, well, maybe I didn't check that area. I know I've checked everywhere. I must be like just slightly overlooking him, or he's like in a cluster like this where I can't see him. I don't really know what to do. I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe if I go in a building, it will like reset him and he will go somewhere else. Because otherwise, I'm at a complete loss. I have no idea where this guy is. He has just disappeared entirely. Oh my, are you serious? How in the world did I not check there, of all places? Alright, I feel dumb. There you go. Harvest chair? Okay, that's still new. We only need one more. Let's hope the last one's not as bad as that one. That one wasn't even that bad. I don't know how I overlooked that so many times. See, I don't know why the Halloween event couldn't be this nice. Clearly they have the functionality built in to only give me unique items. But no, the Halloween event, it's just random. That's like that is the most cruel thing ever. I swear. There was a real joker at work on that day. They're like, wouldn't it be funny if it was just a random item? Oh my god. I just ran into him. I didn't even see him. Please give me the final item, which should be the harvest dresser. Yes. Any special dialogue for... Now, I wonder what happens if I go and try and give him another fork and knife. I'm gonna try to find him and see if I can do that. Just to see what happens. I can still pick up another fork and knife. So now we just, hopefully he's just kind of, you know, quick and easy to find. It would be really annoying if, like, I mean, I hope he doesn't just disappear after that. Because then I might be trying to find him for like an hour.